What if I told you that in 2026, knowing the difference between a data analyst, a data scientist, and an AI engineer could literally change the trajectory of your career path? A lot of people generally want to get into the data space, but they normally do not know what roles are more suited for their personality or their career goals. In this video, we are going to explore the different data careers available out there and the different skill sets and the type of person that would be more suited for those kind of roles. Welcome to Data with Clarence, and if you're new, please make sure that you subscribe and like this video. Without wasting any time, let's get into it.
Created a very illustrative diagram, visually appealing diagram, if I can call it, using the Google Notebook LM. So if you guys have not used it, I think it's a very cool tool to actually use. It turns your text into these nice visuals that you can actually use for your presentations. So over here, I've got a list of the different data career roles that you can actually pursue in 2026, right? You guys can see we've got the data engineer, the data scientist, the data analyst, data governance professional, ML engineer. Lastly, we've got the AI engineer. So what we're going to do is start with the data engineer. Now, the data engineer, this is viewed as the data architect. This is the person that makes sure that the environment at which all the data people actually work on is actually working. So the data engineer builds and maintains the infrastructure and the pipelines that make data accessible and reliable. Now, this is someone that generally loves building things, someone who generally loves making sure that things are actually working as they should. So you work with a lot of systems and there's quite a lot of programming. So if you generally enjoy that kind of work, maybe the data engineer might be a great fit for you. You generally need to know how to write SQL and Python, and some of the primary tools that you're going to be using are Snowflake, Airflow, Spark, AWS, Azure, and GCP. So this role doesn't really have to deal with a lot of communication with people presenting and stuff like that. There are instances where you have to, but it's more closer to the technical side and building an infrastructure, right? The next important role, which is a very popular entry-level role, which is the data analyst. The data analyst is seen as the interpreter, right? This is someone who transforms raw data into dashboards and actionable trends to drive business decisions. They help businesses make the right decisions. So you'll often find yourself presenting your dashboards, explaining them to a wide range of different people. So that's a very important skill set. The primary tools that you're going to be using are Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and Excel. So you really need to be good at Python programming and SQL programming because those are very important programming languages. So if you genuinely love making sense of numbers, telling a story using the numbers, then you want to become a data analyst. Now, the next role is more of the guardian, right? This is someone who establishes policies for data quality, security, regulatory compliance across the organization. So if you genuinely love regulatory compliance related work, ethics and stuff like that, you want to try to become a data governance professionals, because some of the skills that you need is developing strategies on how to manage data, metadata, governance strategies, how to manage data. Those are really important activities that you will be doing. And some of the primary tools involve Microsoft Purview, Calibri, OneTrust, Informatica, and stuff like that. So if you're generally more into the ethical side and the management and strategy side, you want to become a data governance professional. The next one is the data scientist. This is one that for the longest of times have been loved by so many people and has been seen as the coolest sort of data role, right? Now, the data scientist, in all honesty, is a researcher. This is someone who uses advanced statistics and machine learning to build predictive models and hypothesis testing. This is someone who predicts things before they actually happen. Unlike the data analyst that tells you what is, they will tell you what could potentially happen in the future. So that is really the role of a data scientist. They are researchers, they are maths intensive, and they work with building models to predict certain outcomes. So if you love maths and you love building things that predict certain outcomes, maybe you want to pursue data science, right? Some of the skills you're going to need is like your Python, very important, SQL, machine learning development, and maths, very important. You cannot become a data scientist if you do not enjoy or love maths. Now, The second last is the ML engineer. Now, this one is very closely related to the data scientist, and sometimes their roles sort of overlap. But the important thing is that the ML engineer is someone who bridges the gap between the science and the software by deploying models at scale into production. This is someone that makes sure that at the end of the day, all these experiments that we're doing as data scientists are being sent into production and they're being used by applications so that people can actually benefit from this amazing sort of research that has been done by the data scientists. The primary tools involved TensorFlow, PyTorch, Docker, and Kubernetes. Those are some of the key sort of like tools you need to know as a machine learning engineer. Last but not least, this is the innovator, right? This is the person bringing all the amazing latest AI technology into the application. They implement cutting edge solutions like LLMs, natural language processing, and computer vision into applications, right? They find themselves using OpenAI APIs, Hugging Face, LangChain, and vector databases. So if you genuinely love working with the latest technology, integrating the latest AI technology into applications, then you want to become an AI engineer. Less maths intensive as the machine learning engineer, the data scientist. So if you genuinely feel like cutting edge technology is your thing, maybe you want to become an AI engineer. So in a nutshell, those are the different roles that you've got an option in choosing. So if you're more of an architect, go for data engineer. If you're more of an interpreter, go for the data analyst. If you're more of a compliance and guardian type of person, data governance. If you're a researcher and a scientist, go for data science. If you're a builder and you like seeing things work, go for ML engineering. If you're an innovator and you love integrating the latest technology and cutting edge technology, you want to become an AI engineer. So if you found this video useful, please make sure that you like and subscribe so that more people can actually see this video.